Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel, Lydia Lost the Plot. I'm Lydia and I'm here today to react to the 2024 Booker Prize shortlist. Now, when I found out the list for this, okay, there was one omission that I am furious about. Okay, you guys who have followed me for a while now will know how much I adore Headshot by Rita Bullwinkel, and whilst it was absolutely, I've got like bits on me, and whilst it was absolutely fantastic that she was longlisted, she was not shortlisted. So I am bitter. If I could put those boxing gloves on and get in the ring with the Booker judges, I would be right now, because why was this not at the top of the list? Now, I have seen that there are some people who may not have liked it as much as I did, and that's okay. I can deal with that. Doesn't mean I'm not furious. It's such a brilliant book. So when I am going to go through these 6 shortlisted books, I am going to try and not compare them to Headshot by Rita Bullwinkel, which is just, frankly, it's been robbed. And I'm furious. But let's dive into these books. Now, I am going to read all 6 books. I have decided that I am going to do it this year. I wasn't sure whether or not to do it, but I put a little poll on over on my community page on YouTube and said, do you guys fancy me doing it? And it was a resounding yes. So, of course, the people have spoken. So I will read all 6, and I will be doing a review of the books, and I will predict my winner in time for the actual announcement. But really, I don't know anything about these books other than the fact that they're not Headshot by Rita Bullwinkel. That will be the last time I mention it. But other than the fact that they're not that, you have to forgive me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat today. I don't know why. So I don't really know much about them. I've tried to sort of avoid a lot of the Booker buzz on BookTube. Try saying that drunk. Booker buzz on BookTube. But mainly because I didn't want to be influenced before I'd read them, and I was considering reading them, and now obviously I am. I try to stay away from reviews until I've had the chance to read them myself, and then I like to go out and listen to what other people have got to say about the books. But we'll dive right into the books, and the first book that we have is Anne Michaels's Held, and I will read you a bit of the back, because this is me finding out for the first time what these books are about as well. 1917. On a battlefield near the river Scout, John lies in the aftermath of a blast, unable to move or feel his legs. As the snow falls, he is lost to memory. A chance encounter in a pub by a railway, a hot bath with his lover on a winter night, his childhood on a faraway coast. When John returns from war to North Yorkshire, he is reunited with an old friend, reopens his photography business and endeavours to keep on living. But the past erupts insistently into the present, as ghosts begin to surface in his pictures, ghosts whose messages he cannot understand as the century unfolds before him. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're talking a bit ghosty, we're talking war, we're talking can't feel his legs, going back to your old town, living with what happened, and then secret scary messages. Okay, that's tickled me pickle. I quite like the idea of that, you know. Now, Margaret Atwood says that Michael shows us our humanity, so you know, if Margaret Atwood likes it. Oh, it's a bit vignette-y. Look, woo. Okay, right, this I'm excited for. I've decided. We're going to find out as we go what I like. The next book that we're going to have a look at today is Orbital by Samantha Harvey. Now, I have I've heard a lot about this one, and I've heard that it's had mixed reviews, but look how tiny it is. I was so shocked that it was this little. So let's read a bit about Orbital. Life on our planet as you've never seen it before. 6 astronauts rotate in their spacecraft above the Earth. It's got me. They are there to collect meteorological data and conduct scientific experiments, but mostly they observe. Together they watch our silent blue planet, endless shows of spectacular beauty witnessed in a single day. Yet, although separated from the world, they cannot escape its constant pull. News reaches them. Excuse me, honestly, it's like the Tour de Bloody France outside. Well, that's cycles, isn't it? That's bicycles, not... You know what I meant. News reaches them of the death of the mother, and with it comes thoughts of returning home. The fragility of human life fills their conversations, their fears, their dreams. So far from Earth, they have never felt more part or protective of it. They begin to ask, what is life without Earth? What is Earth without humanity? Okay. Yes, I'm enjoying the concept of this. I like the fact that we're in space. I like the astronauts. I've been told it feels quite repetitive though. So I'm going to say it's going to be good. So I'm putting it on the good pile, on the excited for pile. Now, the next book on the Booker Prize shortlist for 2024 is The Safekeep by Yael I think it's van der Wouden. I think that's how people have been saying it, but I probably am saying that wrong. Doesn't matter, I've tried. But look at the end papers. Look how beautiful they are. I need much my nails. Ooh. Okay. It's been 15 years since the Second World War. War again. I'm sensing a theme. And the rural Dutch province of, I cannot pronounce, is quiet. Bomb craters have been filled, buildings reconstructed, and the conflict is well and truly over. Alone in her late mother's country home, Isabel lives her life as it should be, led by routine and discipline. But all is upended when her brother Louis delivers his gracious new girlfriend, Eva, at Isabel's doorstep as a guest, there to stay for the season. Eva is Isabel's antithesis. She sleeps late, wakes late, walks loudly through the house, and touches things she shouldn't. Sounds a bit like me, oh God. In response, Isabel develops a fury-fueled obsession, and when things start disappearing around the house, a spoon, a knife, a bowl, Isabel's suspicions spiral out of control. In the sweltering heat of summer, Isabel's paranoia gives way to desire, leading to a discovery that unravels all she's ever known. The war might not be well and truly over after all, and neither Eva nor the house are what they seem. Oh, okay. Let me tell you what's putting me off this. It is, I don't know whether it's going to be a bit boring. You know, like a lack of action, a lack of something in it. But I've heard lots of good things about this. I'm also really annoyed that we get this cover in the UK and the American version is really cute. It's got like pears on it. So, meh. That's on the meh pile. You know what I mean by meh. The next book that's on the Booker Prize shortlist is Creation Lake by Rachel Cushner. Forgive the terrible stickers from Waterstones. I work for them. I hate these stickers. They will be removed. So I've never read any Rachel Cushner before, but I have heard a lot about her, especially on the New York Times podcast. Sadie Smith, a 34-year-old American undercover agent of ruthless tactics and bold opinions, is sent by her mysterious but powerful employers to a remote corner of France. Her mission, to infiltrate a commune of radical eco-activists influenced by the beliefs of an enigmatic elder, Bruno Lacombe, who has rejected civilization, lives in a Neanderthal cave, and believes the path to enlightenment is a return to primitivism. Sadie casts her cynical eye over this region of ancient farms and sleepy villages and finds Bruno's idealism laughable. But just as she is certain she's a seductress and puppet master of those she surveils, Bruno is seducing her with his ingenious counter-histories, his artful laments, his own tragic story. Beneath this taut, dazzling story about a woman caught in the crossfire between the past and the future lies a profound treatise on human history. Creation Lake is Rachel Cushner's finest novel yet, a work of high art, high comedy and irresistible pleasure. Well, doesn't that just sound a bit bonkers? Oh, Oh, I'm not sure about that at all. I don't know how I feel about that. It feels like a bit of a reinvention of the spy novel. Oh, okay. So I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel. It just sounds a bit bonkers. But maybe that's what I need. Maybe, I mean, we are called Lydia Lost the Plot, aren't we? So maybe we need to lose the plot with Rachel Cushner. Okay, I'll give it a go. It's a bit big though. You've seen how big it is. Hang on. It's not massive, but it's big. The next book that is shortlisted for the Booker Prize, and you'll have to forgive my slightly battered proof copy of it, is James by Percival Everett. Now, it's so beautiful. If you've been living under a rock or have been trapped in a bunker for a considerable amount of time, then I'm sure you have not heard of this. However, if you haven't, how have you not heard of this? But we'll read the back anyway. 1861, the Mississippi River. When the enslaved Jim overhears that he is about to be sold to a new owner in New Orleans and be separated from his wife and daughter forever, he decides to hide on nearby Jackson Island until he can formulate a plan. Meanwhile, Huck Finn has faked his own death to escape his violent father, who recently returned to town. Thus begins a dangerous and transcendent journey by raft on the Mississippi River towards the elusive promise of the Free States and beyond. As James and Huck begin to navigate the treacherous waters, each bend in the river holds the promise of both salvation and demise. With rumours of a brewing war, James must face the burden he carries, the family he cannot protect, and the constant lie he must live. Together, the unlikely pair embark on the most dangerous odyssey of them all. James, Percival Everett. Now, I'm not going to say much on this because it's just been sat on my TBR since probably April. I want to read it. I know I should read it. Everyone's banging on about it. I'm worried about the hype. I'm scared about the hype. I'm scared I'm not going to like it. But I'm going to give it a chance. And this is giving me the kick up the backside to actually read it. So, yeah. James by Percival Everett. I'm scared about it. I am. Now, last but not least is a book I'm excited for because I really, really enjoy this author. Now, I read Charlotte Wood's novel. I don't know if she's written anything else. I'm just trying to have a little look at the front, you know, where it tells you. Just bear with me. Oh, she's written loads. Oh, I don't know why I'm so shocked that she's written 7 novels and 3 books of non-fiction, considering I've only read one of her books and I thought I was some kind of super fan. But I'll stop talking about it and tell you who it is. And that is Charlotte Wood's Stoneyard Devotional. Now, I read The Weekend and absolutely bloody loved it. She is a fabulous writer, a brilliant capturer of character. And so I'm very excited about this. So let's open up and let's learn a little bit more. Burnt out and in need of retreat, a middle-aged woman leaves Sydney to return to the place she grew up, taking refuge in a small religious community, hidden away on the stark plains of the Australian outback. She doesn't believe in God or know what prayer is, and finds herself living this strange, reclusive existence almost by accident. But disquiet interrupts this secluded life with 3 visitations. Ooh. First comes a terrible mouse plague, each day signalling a new battle against the rising infestation. Second is the return of the skeletal remains of a sister who disappeared decades before, presumed murdered. And finally, a troubling visitor plunges the narrative further back into her past. Oh, you see, at the start I was a bit like, meh. And then we've got, I mean, the mouse plague. All right, okay. But skeletal remains of a sister? You can't just chuck in a skeleton and not expect me to want it. Yeah, that's right. That's hooked me. That's hooked me. It has. I want to know what this skeleton is. It's very exciting. So this will probably be. So this, Orbital and Held are probably the 3 that I want to get to first. And then James, I've already forgotten all the names. James, the Safekeep. And what was the other one? Hang on. Oh, and Creation Lake are the last 3 I would get to. So I don't know whether to like read one I want, one that I'm not sure of, one I want, one that I'm sure of, or all 3 that I really like first and then the 3 that I don't last. Please comment down below what you think I should do. But that is the shortlist for the Booker Prize 2024. I am very excited that I'm going to get to read it this year, and I'm hoping that there will be some absolute classics on there that I can rave to you all about. I don't know if you can see, but there's a fly in here and it's driving me mad. I want to do like a Mr. Miyagi and be like, but I can't. And I don't own any chopsticks, so, you know, there's no chance of that happening. Anyway, I digress. So I hope you've enjoyed this little meandering reaction to the books that are on the list. And I hope that you will stay tuned, subscribe to this channel if you want to see my reviews and reactions and ultimate prediction for what I think will win. Even though I am still furious about Headshot. I promise that's the last time I'm going to talk about it. I promise. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and leave your comments down below on what book you think I should get to first. Until then, bye bye.